Good afternoon, Year 7. Hope you guys are all well. Today we're going to look at decomposition, one of the cornerstones of computer science. So the lesson objectives are going to be, number 1, learn what decomposition is, and then number 2, you're going to do a little bit of your own activity. Unsurprisingly, you're going to decompose your algorithm you wrote for last lesson. A lot of you did recipes, that's fine. Right then, what is decomposition? Decomposition is one of the 4 cornerstones of computer science. It involves breaking down a complex problem or system into smaller parts that are more manageable and then therefore easier to understand. The smaller parts can then be examined and solved individually rather than having to try and tackle everything at the same time. Why is decomposition important? If a problem is not decomposed, it is much harder to solve. For example, if you're doing a Sunday roast, just to say you're doing a Sunday roast could seem a bit daunting, especially at your age. If, however, you were given individual recipe and instructions for each component, you'd find that a bit easier. Like put the chicken in at a certain time, put the potatoes in, how to prepare the potatoes, how to prepare the vegetables, how to make gravy, and so forth. So dealing with many different stages all at once is much more difficult than breaking a problem down into a number of smaller problems and solving each one at a time. Breaking the problem down into smaller parts means each smaller problem can be examined in more detail as well. Similarly, trying to understand how a complex system works is easier using decomposition. For example, understanding how a bicycle works is more straightforward if the whole bicycle is separated into smaller parts such as wheels, pedals, gears, brakes, and then each part is examined to see how it works on its own, and then you can put it back together at the end. Just a reminder, this is a video. You can go back and watch it as many times as you want to listen to my explanation or to read the text on the screen. Now that we've looked at why decomposition is important, we can look at another example that doesn't involve food. This example is going to be brushing your teeth. To decompose the problem of how to brush your teeth, you'll need to consider the following 4 options. Which toothbrush to use? Now normally, that would just be the one that you've got, but you could possibly have a manual one that you have to do all by yourself, or you could have an electric one. How long to brush your teeth for? That's generally an easy one. You're always told to brush for 2 minutes at least. How hard to press on your teeth? The teeth you can press as hard as you want. Your gums, you have to be more careful. You don't want to make them bleed or push them back away from your teeth. And then also what toothpaste to use. Do you have sensitive teeth? Do you have younger teeth that need a special toothpaste with less fluoride in it? That sort of thing. So for your activity, I want you to look at the algorithm you wrote last week, whether it was for a sandwich or something else. For example, if you made a sandwich, how did you break down each decision in your head? Why did you pick the bread that you used? What type of bread did you use? Did you use a bread roll? Did you use a wrap? Did you use a baguette? Did you just use normal sliced bread? Why did you pick the filling that you did? Did you like it personally? Did you see it on the internet and think, well, that looks good, I'll try it? That sort of thing. Did you write the instructions down in the correct order? Or did you just write down the ingredients? Just write that down. You can write it in Word, you can send it on an email, you can write it on a piece of paper and send a picture like a lot of you have been doing on Show My Homework. I really don't mind. Remember, it's a video. You can go back and watch it as many times as you want, or listen to it again, or read the text. I've put some links in with a bit more information, as always, to BBC Bite Size. There's not much more to say, really, because we're going to cover other aspects of computer science cornerstones next week and the week after in the lessons. So there's not much more to say on decomposition. Feel free to look it up on the internet, what it means. As always, Wikipedia is not a bad place to start, although possibly a bit of a difficult way to understand it, possibly in Year 7, I don't know, but feel free. And as always, if you want to ask me any questions or send me a message, feel free. And that's about it, guys. So I hope you guys are all okay, and I will catch you next week. Bye.